Kimmel about to lose his whole show after foul clip comes out he thought was gone. Jimmy Kimmel has fast become a champion for the extreme left wing in this country. His late-night show is extremely popular with the segment of the population who can manage to be awake at the time by living off the tax-paying public. And he can also claim to be the man who hosted the lowest-rated Oscars show in history. His ratings skyrocketed the moment he decided to turn his show into an extension of the Democrat Party by talking about guns, using his son's illness to promote Obamacare, and speaking out against Republicans. All with guidance from the Democrat Senator Chuck Schumer from the ultra-liberal cesspool that is New York. Via Entertainment Tonight. As for revealing his son's health scare on the air, Kimmel isn't so sure he would do that again. "What I didn't think through was that, everywhere I went, every day of my life, people would be asking me how my son is doing," he confides. "But thank God I can say he's doing well. If that wasn't the case, each day would be very, very painful." While he may have handled things differently, Kimmel notes that he did feel like he owed his audience an explanation for his absence. "I also felt like I had to say something because I'd been talking about the fact that my wife, Molly McNerney, the co-head writer of Jimmy Kimmel Live, was pregnant for 6 months," he says. "I left for paternity leave and then I didn't come back. That was something I had to address." But there is one little secret most of us recall which Kimmel hopes everyone will forget. Before he became a late show star, he was known for a show called The Man Show which aired between 1999 and 2003. This show was known for the ending in which they always showed half-dressed women bouncing on trampolines who were referred to as Jays. Along with the Jays, the show had other kinds of questionable content. And even racism. I will confess I used to watch this show, along with my wife. It was hilarious and we never missed an episode. But let's be honest here. Although this was only roughly 2 decades ago, today is a different world. It's a world where everyone is out to get offended and where everyone is out to get famous, rich or both by claiming #MeToo 30 years after the fact. Some of their jokes were in bad taste, but that's what the show was about and it was TVMA because of it. But the biggest issue here is that the same man who co-wrote most of the skits and was even a co-creator of the show is now the official moral authority and propaganda machine for the far left? Seriously? Via Entertainment Tonight. Jimmy Kimmel's deeply emotional monologue came with a price. On Jimmy Kimmel Live last May, the late-night host revealed that his son, Billy, who was less than a month old at the time, had to undergo open-heart surgery. While tearfully talking about what his family was facing, Kimmel became very vocal about what he thought of America's current healthcare system. In the April issue of O magazine, which is currently on newsstands, Oprah Winfrey asks Kimmel if it was scary to share so much of his personal life and points of view with his viewers. "I don't know if it was scary, but it was uncomfortable, and it's not something I looked forward to," he admits. "I definitely felt a sense of relief when it was over." Kimmel notes that his candidness did have a downfall. "According to polls I've seen, it has cost me commercially. That's not ideal, but I wouldn't change anything I said." During several of his monologues thereafter, the 50-year-old TV personality has urged JKL viewers to contact their congressional representatives about renewing CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Plan, which provides healthcare coverage to children whose families don't qualify for Medicaid and don't receive other benefits. "I know my job is, for the most part, to entertain people and make them laugh. That said, if I can be selfish every once in a while and talk about something serious that's important to me, then I do want to take that opportunity," Kimmel tells Winfrey. "But I don't want to abuse my position. I pick my battles. 90% of the time, I'll joke around, but some of the jokes, I hope, make people think." In an exclusive interview with ET's Kevin Frazier ahead of hosting the Oscars earlier this month, Kimmel spoke further about how his son's heart condition has shifted his perspective on life. "It makes me more thankful in general for sure," he said. "To be honest, it minimizes the importance of something like the Oscars, which last year to me seemed to be the more important thing in the world. And then you just get the reminder that this isn't even close to the most important thing in the world. And you're reminded of that every day when you go home, so in a way, yes, it's definitely made me appreciate my life, but it also puts things in perspective.